I once had a high school job when I was carrying 100-pound containers of cement up rickety ladders. And frankly, it was easier to do that than it is to drag a half-ounce pencil across a blank sheet of paper. The person I depend on to tell me whether my stuff is any good or not is my wife, EILEEN. Toward the beginning, we will know that they were born on the train.
We really feel blessed to have this in-house editor that's going to tell you the truth.
Imperfection is what's interesting to read about and interesting to write about. If you have a herd of 100 people and 99 of them are heading south and one is heading north, who are you going to want to read about? When I was a kid, my first 16 years, as retold in Knots in My Yo-Yo String, I think about those times when I wasn't perfect. And I think about the time when I saw all these other kids being tough, and I figured, well, gee, what's it like to be a bully? And so I pick out the one kid that was smaller in school than I was, little Joey Stackhouse, and I walk up to him and clip him on the chin. He goes, "What'd you do that for?" And he runs away crying. And to this day, half a century later, I feel rotten. Stargirl was a long time in the making. I actually calculated that it was brewing for some 34 years in vastly different forms. People will ask me, was Stargirl inspired by anyone? And I'll say, yes, the person I live with. If anybody is the inventor of the happy wagon, she is.
I was a little different. I certainly could have my feelings hurt if I wasn't invited to a party. But I think there was always something in me that, I always knew I wanted to be a writer. I was able to channel that love of writing and reading in such a way that it was a comfort to me.
She has a history of doing things, of creating aspects of her own life that don't require the following of a script.
I remember picking up one of my dad's books, Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass. I was 10 years old, and I remember reading that aloud, loving the language and the way the words were like music.
I would like to think that kids reading the book, adults for that matter, would be encouraged to find and be themselves. I'd like kids to say, what do I believe today? How am I going to act today? If a few kids are encouraged to find themselves, then the story will have done its job. Milkweed was a different kind of book for me. This was something I had cared about ever since I was a little kid. Going through my father's history books, this event came to be known as the Holocaust. And it's something that touched me then.
I think the arts help us to think for ourselves, get us connected to feelings that are deeper than surface that we might not think about.
I hesitated at first because I thought, well, I have no qualifications. But then I heard my own voice echoing in my head, write what you care about. And I suppose that's really the only credential one needs to get started on a story, and so that's what I did.
Summer house time is part a romp at the beach, but it's a big family, and in big families, all sorts of things are going on. I love a book that makes you laugh and makes you cry because life makes you laugh and makes you cry. I love a mix in anything. So I had the illness in there. There's been illness in my family. Grandparents, parents, siblings have health issues. And that's what family is about, to support that and to be there for that person.
Today I Will came from EILEEN, which is where most of my ideas come from. Today I will make a neighbor smile. She had the idea to do a book that you would read 1 page a day.
I thought, wouldn't it be nice for the kids to have something to center themselves? It takes 2 minutes to read, but it will remind them of a way they want to be or of a way to grow.
Her idea was to take a quote from children's literature, start off each page with that, and then follow it with a kind of commentary and a resolution.
Well, my wish is just be brave enough or interested enough or caring enough to try out some of the things we're suggesting. Today I'll do something unpredictable.
Today I will identify just one
Today
thing
I'll do
that I
something
care.
that makes my corner of this world just a little brighter.
Stories are the thing that the universe is made of, as a poet said, and people are, in fact, stories, that as each day of your life passes by, another page is turned. You are a story worth telling.
It's for you to come into my